Hello, welcome everybody to Death Battle Cast, the show that puts the fun in guillotine. Hey, I'm Ben, joined by Sam, Liam, and Max, and we got a fun matchup to talk about today. One that is really going to be a test of survival, like all death battles, frankly. But really putting that to the test, which is going to be Leon Kennedy of Resident Evil fame. He's back, guys. Versus Jason Voorhees, who hasn't been back for a long time.
He'll get there eventually. They'll make a first movie.
Didn't he have a game pretty recently?
That was a while ago, and it's discontinued now. You can't really, but
Oh, he's
good
in.
though, right?
He's in
There was-
Dying Light, right, or whatever, Dead by Daylight.
no, he's gonna be. I think he teases that he could maybe be in Dead by Daylight soon.
Okay, all right.
I'm amazed that he isn't yet. Like it's
right.
like this is
He should be.
Are you serious?
No, yeah,
this
he's
is like
not
the
in it.
ultimate slasher villain, and yeah. That's
What's
crazy.
unfortunate is if they do add him, they just removed Michael Myers, so they're still not going to be really together. Although you can still
They removed Myers?
You can still technically play him if you bought him before, but you can't buy him anymore. Like you can't.
Oh, what the hell?
You can't buy
Oh,
Michael.
that sucks.
So,
Sucks.
but they'll still
Wait.
be in a game together if you've got him. So
Wait,
I know this is getting off track like immediately, but who owns Michael Myers again? Like who owns the Halloween franchise? That's not.
I don't know. It goes around a lot.
Oh, I don't know. Okay. I'm
You-
curious about all that, but okay.
They always have
we
to
are
work
getting a lot of
together.
people in chat mentioning, but Jason is in Fortnite.
Yes,
Oh,
Jason's
thank
in
God.
Fortnite.
Leon's in Fortnite. I think,
my
right?
God.
and
So
y'all
you
were
could-
wondering
Yes.
how this would even ever happen. It's already happening every day on Fortnite.
Yeah, every day.
10 Tails with a $100 super chat right off the bat. Oh my God, 10 Tails. Saying this is a new one for me. Please tell me how you guys found this, because I didn't think Leon would fight Jason Voorhees at all. I don't think I've heard anyone talk about this one. Well, because it's a cool one and nobody's thinking up cool ideas, I
It
guess.
just makes sense, like naturally. Like
Could
Yeah, I mean-
Leon survive Friday the 13th?
Exactly,
that's
right?
the
Like
idea.
it's
the answer to which is
it's
no.
at the end of the day, isn't that what death battles are kind of about? Could blank survive blank? Could blank
Yeah.
beat blank? Like that's the question of a death battle. So it just fits, exactly what we're going for with the show. And Resident Evil, the new Resident Evil is bringing back Leon Kennedy. Long time coming. So can he survive the original, or not the original, but like the ultimate slasher villain? Leon survived a lot. I don't know if he'll be able to handle Jason, but we will find out if this is your first Death Battle cast. Hey, the way this works is we got Liam here representing Leon Kennedy. We've got Max here representing Jason Voorhees, and it's going to be their job to convince the rest of us that their character wins in a death battle. They can use any information or scans, images, etc., to argue their point. If they start trying to lie, call them out, because we don't fuck with that shit. And then at the end of the show, then you guys watching this live right now will be able to vote on who should win. And we do this live every Tuesday at noon Central Time. Okay, I'm excited for this. This is gonna be fun. Let's go ahead and start with Leon. Everybody's favorite Stars Initiative. Sure.
Is he stars? Is he?
I don't remember if he was stars or not.
No, he's like a federal thing, right?
He's like an agent. I don't know. Maybe he became stars later. Leon Kennedy is one of the greatest video game protagonists of all time, and his reputation is fucking earned. When he starts off, he is a almost helpless protagonist who has to sort of survive the horrors of Raccoon City. And by the time he returns, this first return, he is a fucking badass who is absolutely ripping through Ganado, and then later BOW, and then later zombie ass. Like, he is capable of taking on such a wide variety of opponents, monsters that are fucking gigantic. His arsenal is insane. He's basically Batman. He's like blonde 2000s Batman. He fights giant robots. Like, the guy is nuts. He has more than enough of an arsenal to keep up with Jason and take him down. More than enough speed. And anything that Jason tries to do, Leon will just backflip. Jason, anything in Jason's arsenal is immediately counterable by a completely superfluous backflip. And Jason is not prepared for
Like-
Leon S. Kennedy. Because as we know, nothing bad has ever happened to a Kennedy.
Wow. Yeah, obviously. Any relation? Probably not.
To John F.
Would
Robert
they
and
explain
Ted?
that?
No.
to the Kennedy lineage, right?
I mean,
Wouldn't that
think
be
he's
such
maybe
a
when
weird
they-
side story in Resident Evil if they were just
Yeah.
like, also, you're JFK's
I think like
secret
maybe
son?
his like the fact that he's like handsome and young, they were like, oh, Kennedy, right? Like
Probably,
maybe
yeah.
they were inspired
Around
by
that time.
That's about it.
We got a bunch of new planet level champions early on in the show, which is awesome. So thanks to AC Pokefan and Cypress for joining planet level champion. And I believe a couple others as well. I guess at some point last year, a bunch of people became members because we got a lot of anniversaries today, which is fun. So thank you to everybody who is a member of the channel. And we got from I believe it was Dude Blade who said, I missed it, but it seems like Max is like the horror guy. He seems to come
Yes.
come
I mean,
on
yeah.
pretty often for
That
horror
is a
themed
factual
matchups.
statement.
I
Yeah.
know a lot about them all the franchises, all the big ones.
And Dylan mentions the rights to Jason was all over the place for a while. He's definitely in Dead by Daylight's White Whale, where they really want to add him. I guess both like Halloween and Friday the 13th have been sort of passed around a lot, so it's probably like very difficult to get any sort of crossover rights like that. Michael McDonald mentions Leon has an ability that Jason never uses, running. Well,
Yeah.
Well,
Max,
yeah,
I'm
not
sure
capable.
you have plenty to talk about, but I'm pretty sure Jason deals with people who run all the
I mean,
time.
he himself does run in like the earlier films. You can see him making a beeline for some people. He can run.
Tell us about Jason. Give us the
All right.
intro.
So, you're doomed, Liam. Many have tried to kill Jason Voorhees. No one can. He was once a deformed child, ruthlessly picked on by the other kids until they drowned him in Crystal Lake as a prank. But, mysteriously, Jason returned and went on a legendary 12-film-long killing streak. We're just one more until we make it to the magic number. Anyone who dares to make love or get into any kind of delinquent behavior on his camp will be appropriately slashed, choked, crushed, and slammed against a tree in a sleeping bag until they aren't moving anymore. Jason is virtually indestructible. Pistols, shotguns, machine guns, they don't do anything to him. And he survives even crazier stunts than all of that, which we'll elaborate on later. Even if he is injured, Jason's amazing healing factor allows him to come back from major wounds in seconds. The guy has fought military soldiers, assassins, telekinetic teenagers, Freddy Krueger, Ash Williams, and even himself from the future. Jason is just too tough. He can heal from anything that Leon dishes out, and has many more obscure supernatural oddities from the niche part of this franchise that are really going to screw Leon over. Just completely doomed.
They
I just
really
want to
have
point out.
made. Mhm.
I want to point out. You said that if you have sex, then Jason is going to destroy you. But I would like to point out, as is made consistent in the Resident Evil franchise, Leon is apparently cosmically banned from ever having sex. He might not even know what it is. Like, Ada, that's never going to happen. Ashley, no. Blair, not even on the radar, despite Chris's protestations. It's never, I think it's arguable that Leon has an anti-Jason force field around him because of his virginity.
Well, he hasn't done anything wrong. I can't kill him. I can't possibly.
Wait, do virgins have a history of surviving Friday the 13th?
That's the whole thing.
A lot of
I'm trying to remember if there's a specific storyline about that. I don't
if
think
they
there is.
survive a Friday the 13th, if they survive a Friday the 13th, they die at the beginning of the next movie.
I guess Last Girl kind of like thematically, but
they always just
Final
come back
Girl.
and kill whoever survived the last movie anyway.
Yeah. They've really made 12 Friday the 13th episode or movies.
They made 12
How are they
movies.
not
Edging us.
Come
Just
on.
make one more, please.
Come
Just
on.
one
How have they
more.
not done
Well,
the 13th
I
one
think that's like it's an opportunity you cannot squander. They need to really make sure they land the,
I
they
would
stick
hope
the landing on
they
it.
make it awesome.
It can't be a bad Friday movie. Yeah.
It's gotta like embody the whole franchise. They can't be afraid to go goofy, which is I bet they will be afraid to do that. They don't want to get wacky.
Okay,
There's
so
gonna be a
there's
gritty
two
reboot
questions
for sure.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. There's two questions I think that we need to ultimately answer here, which is A, can Leon survive Jason, right? Because that's ultimately what it comes down to with Jason. And B, is there even a way for Leon to take Jason down at all? Right? Because Jason's kind of invulnerable.
Every movie, every single one of these movies ends with Jason getting taken down.
At the very least, getting stopped by teens.
Through circumstances.
I'm willing to hear out the argument that like maybe Leon could not permanently take Jason down. I'm not saying that. I'm saying like I would be willing to believe that, but he would take him down for the purposes of a death battle, right? Like the can't immediately come back, fight is over, and then Jason comes back like maybe like hours or days later, and he like, hand out of the ground or something like that. For the purposes of a fight, he absolutely can because it happens all the fucking time. But maybe permanently, maybe not. I don't know. That will be incumbent upon Max.
Yeah, it's not gonna be. He's not gonna get in permanently, and I don't even think he's gonna take him down for that long. We saw in the let me see. I have an image for it. It was the Jason regen. Yeah, Jason regen. He gets a grenade, like explodes like a big chunk of his body out, and in just seconds it comes right back. He just gets his body entirely back. So even if Leon is able to like dent him with his weaponry, which is going to be very like anything short of grenades and rocket launchers are going to be useless. Like the bullets and everything aren't going to do anything. But even if he does get like those rocket shots off and makes those big wounds, it's coming back in seconds, and that's just Jason's relentless. He's gonna keep coming at Leon, and like he's got all kinds of like abilities like the teleportation shit, which I know has been hotly debated, but in the games it's just straight up canon. And how do you explain that scene in Jason X where they're all firing at him and he's just gone? Like with the next scene, like he can teleport.
Well, and in the most recent movie, the 2009 movie, I remember watching that, and there is a scene where he's like following some of the kids as they're running to the cabin, and it's like one long shot where it just like pans with the kids, they run into the cabin, and then it just tilts up to the roof of the cabin, and he's just on top of the cabin. Somehow
he's just there.
It's just like, how did he what?
Anytime like Leon's getting decent damage, Jason can always just get out of there, heal it back up, and just continue the fight. Like it's gonna be seconds.
Okay. Stanley mentions with the super chat, are we sticking to the movies and maybe the discontinued game for Jason, or are we including reasonable crossovers as well? So typically with a death battle, we have the rule where it's like if it is too different from the like core like primary material that we're using, which in this case would be the movies, then it shouldn't probably be considered. But I guess it depends.
The unique thing about the Jason crossovers is the one of Ash and Freddy. It's straight up canon and explained in Jason Goes to Hell with a Necronomicon in there as that's how Pamela brought Jason back to life as a zombie. He's a deadite. He is canonically tied to the Evil Dead universe in a way that's just canon.
I also do want to Jason X, yes or no? Where are we here? Because like, is that a different Jason?
It's Jason from the future who he fought toe-to-toe. It makes no sense. It's maybe the dumbest crossover you could have ever asked for. It's him fighting himself from the future and holding his own pretty well.
Yeah, Sarah Forgas says, why is Jason X so weird? Why does he have nanobots that are basically vibranium, phase through matter, and can turn people into Jason clones? I don't remember him
know.
turning people
I
into
don't remember.
Jason clones.
I don't remember that, but no, the Jason X is a completely. They go in a weird direction. They do. It's so weird.
Manton has a unique super chat. What if it was gender bent? Leonetta versus Jazz? Thinking face.
Who?
I
What a unique idea.
You can fantasize about that
yeah,
separately.
you do
Anyway.
your own thing there, bud.
Got me.
Okay.
Hit me.
Dude, Blade, props for doing this during a month that had Friday the 13th in it. That was exactly why we're doing this. Totally has nothing to do with the Resident Evil game that's coming out.
Yeah, there was a Friday
All
the 13th.
Well, okay. With all that being said, Liam, what is Leon? What is Liam going to do against Jason?
Liam is going to annoy Jason. No, Leon. Okay, so he's Batman, right? It's never explained how he has superhuman strength and speed and durability, but he does demonstrably. He can push massive, like 30-ton boulders. He can dodge and backflip and leap around like a spider monkey. He can dodge bullets. That is something we brought up in the Leon versus Frank episode. He can actually there's in I think one of the games you can shoot stinger missiles or yeah, you can shoot stinger missiles at opponents. The monster, it's like a tyrant or something, will grab it and like throw it back to you, and then you can like shoot them out of the air with bullets. These stinger missiles are moving at like Mach 2, like they're insanely fast. He can survive hits from tyrants, like a Mr. X kind of like, or a super tyrant, so stronger than Mr. X, who can like stop and like pick up and throw tanks. There's one from one of the movies where one of them just like hits Leon into the air and then like punches him, like combos him in midair, and he flies like across this massive like this square, kind of like a Soviet style like town square. He can fight tons of different BOWs that are like gigantic. Max brought up Jason like surviving like a grenade or something. A couple of things with that. First of all, Leon could do that. One of his animations in the Resident Evil games is that if he gets picked up by an opponent and he has a grenade like in his pocket, he can jam the grenade into their throat to like escape the grab. It's like a gameplay thing.
But mask.
Yeah, punch through the mask.
You got to see that disgusting face when you do that.
He could go. Furthermore, like in that scene, that guy had one grenade. Leon has tons of grenades. Leon is going to be assaulting Jason with tons of bombs constantly. And on top of that, it created a little hole in the side of Jason. Leon's rocket launchers like blow up monsters that are the size of buildings. Like Sadler at the end of Resident Evil 4 is like the fucking building, like, and he blows it up with a rocket launcher. Sam, I wanted you to bring up the image I sent you. This is not from Leon. Didn't fight this boss. This is from Resident Evil Revelations, either 1 or 2. That's called the Malaconda Whale. That is attached to a cruise ship. It is absolutely massive, and Jill and Chris are able to destroy it with their own rocket launchers. So the rocket launchers in Resident Evil are made with
lucky shot.
whack-out shit. They are insanely strong. And as you know, anybody that's played the Resident Evil games knows that like those blasts are the size of like houses.
Not to mention that they do, like Lily with a big super chat, thank you, mentioned that like Leon pretty much equal to Chris, who we all know punches like a gargantuan fucking boulder.
Yeah.
And,
Well,
like they do
Lily
shit.
specifically says who has 137,383 Newton punches.
Yeah.
Which is crazy.
They
and
are
beat monsters who tank satellite lasers. And of course, match Jill, who wrecked Nemesis, who can make earthquakes. I don't think Jill overpowered Nemesis, but their weaponry did. Yeah.
Yeah.
So yes, Leon is a monster.
Yeah.
A strong fella.
And furthermore, Leon does fight opponents that can regenerate. I mean, all of the bosses in Resident Evil can regenerate, and he's able to wear them down. His chemical thrower explicitly is able to destroy certain opponents in Resident Evil 2 and prevent them from regenerating. It's like a flamethrower.
I kind of think that's like so Leon's whole thing is after the like Raccoon City thing, he is forcibly inducted into the U.S. government's like anti-bioorganic weaponry services.
Yeah.
He is trained to kill shit like Jason. Whereas, like, I feel like most of the time, Jason, his typical opponent, is like an angsty teen or maybe just a drunk police officer. Like, I do feel like Leon really is ready for this. And Jason, I don't know it as well as you do, Max, but
Well,
does he ever have to?
he fights a lot of trained like military officers and assassins who are like
Yeah, but ones
built
that
for
are
this.
specifically trained to kill shit like him and aren't scared of anything. Like
There was
Leon
Creighton
does
Duke,
not
who
afraid.
was he
Like
dedicated his whole life to figuring out what Jason was all about. Trying to hunt him down fails, just fails. The guy dies. People who are prepared for Jason really aren't. They're not really prepared for Jason like they think they are. And since we're talking about like the big physical stuff they can do, can you show Jason house explosion? That's the big one that people
you
would
go
go to.
find
Like
it.
in part 7 of Friday the 13th, they trap him in the basement of this house and just explode it with him inside, and it's completely erupted in it. He is fine. He walks out of there barely a scratch. So these big explosions that you're talking about, they're not. It's not a stranger to him just like coming out of it fine miraculously and continuing to fight from there. But one of the bigger feats is coming from as you would expect Uber Jason, who we went toe to toe with, and in the I have it written here. It was a big Uber Jason ends up in the epicenter of an explosion that straight up goes into space. It is described as like I gotta find the exact wording of it. Yes. Okay. Yeah. It reached the outer space and created a crater that went on for miles and was half a mile deep. And he is not grazed by it. Jason, he can graze that amazing metal like that Uber Jason has. He like cleaves into it. So even if he's not exactly that level of strength, he can still like scale somewhat to it. And that's just like a massive, amazing feat that I did not get calc because I don't know where to even begin with that. That's like stretching into space and creating a crater half a mile deep and miles wide is pretty huge. And if Jason can hurt
So,
that guy,
Cypress in chat had a good point in relation to the idea that like Leon is trained to kill people like Jason Jason Jason
Jason,
um
Jason.
Jason is magic, right? That
Yeah.
there's a curse tied to him, especially if you bring in the Necronomicon and things like that. There's a magic element to what makes Jason go, whereas Leon is trained to fight bioterrors like science fiction things, genetic mutants, that sort of thing. So I don't actually agree with the idea that Leon is trained to fight stuff like Jason, because I don't think Leon's ever really seen anything like Jason.
I
He
mean,
might be like, oh, it's kind of like a tyrant, and then
yeah.
try to kill him the same way that he kills a tyrant, and then Jason gets back up and he's like, oh, don't know what the hell's going on with that guy. Then, like, I don't know. Maybe not.
Yeah, okay,
Am I
but
wrong, Liam?
Because I thought about this, right? That's like one of the core questions of this. I would say like something that you see a lot, especially in Resident Evil 7 and 8, because it's from the perspective of Ethan, is whenever you start those games, it's as though you are fighting magic, right? The bosses in Resident Evil 8 are fucking magic. And it's only later, once you get like the lore of the series and you understand, okay, it is like the fuck virus or whatever. That's allowing them to do that. But the fuck virus is magic, right? Like it's
Yeah,
fucking
Wesker
magic.
fucking
Jason
teleports.
would hate
It's
that
like
virus.
Yeah, yeah.
That's true.
Like so I think that there is like a crossover there in terms of the meshing between magic and science. I also think like the way that like Leon like hits Jason with something and Jason gets back up, that's also what Leon is used to, right? Like that is a common. I think that the dynamic of the fight between Leon and Jason is essentially the same as Leon versus BOWs. Jason might have individual things that are better, but like at the end of the day, he big lumbering tough guy that can like tank anything and just power through. That is usually what Leon fights. So I don't think that the dynamics are super different. I do see it
Yeah,
as like a Resident Evil boss fight.
I also Jason does predominantly fight people that are quite grounded in reality.
Well,
Leon dodges like lightning and lasers and bullshit. So that is also like a level where I think it's just like I don't even really genuinely think Jason could ever just machete strike Leon. It like
well, Jason's always
Backflip.
fighting like it's not
yeah.
just teenagers. He's fighting like dream demons like Freddy, people with telekinetic powers, and like actual skilled like trained assassins, and Ash Williams, who has fought all kinds of his own like demonic entities from his franchise, and he still can't compete. When Jason's like got him one on one, he's like outdoing him. And the main thing of Jason, like when it comes to like straight up combat, he will just like regardless of how skilled you are, there was that martial artist in Jason Goes to Manhattan, within that boxer who's like using all of his boxing knowledge to try his best. And Jason just like, okay, wear yourself out. And then when he's done, he just punches the guy's head off. Like you can
Ye-
be as skilled as you want against Jason. He's just gonna keep taking it, then get you off guard and like take you out. It doesn't really matter.
Yeah, I get the Ash Williams stuff, but that's also like just a boxer, and Leon is not just a boxer.
No, yeah, that was
Well,
just like the funnest
speaking
example.
speaking of the Ash Williams and whatnot, Thor G has a super chat where he mentions um, in the Freddy versus Jason versus Ash comics, Jason is able to fight and overpower Freddy, who was able to turn into a cloud that eclipsed mountains and made a storm that rained blood all over Washington D.C. So
Oh
like
yeah.
Jason doesn't just fight teenagers.
No, yeah.
Like there's some
He
crazy supernatural shit
people
going
on
on.
a level of strength way beyond Leon. Like he survives those every time. Like those guys, even Freddy with those powers and that strength, he tries. He uses like he blasts Jason with his power, and he's like, "Why are you not dead?" He can't do it. He just can't kill Jason. So I don't really think Leon can reasonably take him
In
down like
I
that.
get the can't kill him, but it's not like Leon and Co aren't unaccustomed to being like, we can't kill this thing. Maybe let's just, I don't know, trap it inside a volcano and see if that takes care of it for a
Where's he
while.
gonna get a volcano? Where are we gonna
Where
do
was he gonna
that?
get a volcano in
I
fucking
love-
RE5? And
Leon
then they
just
were
pulls a
like,
volcano
hey,
out of his pocket.
I've got an idea.
they've literally
I
done
mean,
this
Leon
before.
does have spatial manipulation in the form of that fucking suitcase, right?
Yeah, like
grabs Jason, sticks him in the
that
suitcase.
they do know that something that they will pursue them. They have gotten in helicopters and then had the pursuer come to a
You
goddamn
want him to run
volcano
away?
I
before.
would like to interject. Although I appreciate the assist, Sam. I'll interject with the fact that there are Resident Evil bosses that can also like affect the environment. Like Evelyn is able to create these huge fucking earthquakes. El Gigante is able to smash through these big like rock formations and destroy boulders and stuff. Obviously, some of those characters are the size of like the Malaconda whale is the size of a building. Somebody actually calculated it based on the speed of like its big like weird BOW tentacle things. I actually don't know if it's a BOW. I assume that it is. It has to be. But it's like swinging its tentacle, and like the mass of its giant fucking like cruise ship sized body swinging its arm at that speed would be about 45 tons of TNT. Like that is, from what I know of Jason, like at the level of able to hurt or relative to Jason's level of strength. So I do think that like Leon's weaponry could hurt Jason. I think that stuff like the chemical thrower and his incendiary rounds would be able to sort of whittle him down. I don't think he's killing him immediately, but like I think in the same way that like he fights like Birkin or other big BOWs, he injures them, they come back, injures them more, they come back, injures them more, and then finishes them off. By the
Uh,
way, Birkin in his fight with Nemesis in one of the comics, their strikes are so powerful they create a giant fucking tornado in the middle of this city. Like they're just punching so hard and so fast. So they're strong. They're strong.
Gaming
What?
Gaming in Britannia says Sam expects Leon to pull a Joseph Joestar and send Jason into space. Kind of. Attaching, going somewhere
You
and
don't want to
attaching
send Jason
like
to space. That's how you get Jason X.
yeah,
We
but
don't want
also
that.
I think that's done. The fight's over at that point. I legitimately just strapping him to a rocket, getting him caught in a trap, and sending him into
What
space sounds
rocket?
like some real RE shit. Doesn't matter, dude. Leon's like, oh shit, I can't kill this guy. helicopter shows up. He goes to anywhere. What is Jason going to do? Not pursue him? That's never happened before. That's
Teleport
the most
into the helicopter
in-character
and
thing.
chop his head off.
No,
You,
he
all right,
can
Liam, you
crash
mentioned
Teleport into the helicopter.
get him. He thinks he escaped Jason, and then Jason's like right behind him in the passenger seat.
On it, and then like teleports him like a mile above the above the ground and like drops him.
Oh, goodbye.
Somebody was talking about
You-
how he could use
you
the
meant-
teleportation to like. He's like, okay, he can't dodge bullets, but maybe Jason could like teleport out of the way of it. And I just imagine like Leon firing the gun and it cutting back to like Jason just like ducking behind a tree slowly. Like 5 seconds pass, the bullet whizzes by, and Leon's like, "Where do you go?" And it's
That's how it would go down.
That's how it would be shot for sure, right?
Yeah.
Like that's how the
But then
movie
Leon
would look.
would just backflip randomly, like he would like zone out and go, and then Jason would like cut beneath him, like he just knew, like he had spider sensed it. Like that's his counter to that.
It's
That's
the
his canonical
backflip.
counter.
Cool.
You meant-
Okay.
Yeah, go ahead, Dad.
Now that we've gotten to this point, we're just bullshitting through it. Let's see. We got a bunch of super chats about people giving some very strong opinions about this
Okay.
matchup, which is very fun.
I figured.
Gilded Data mentions that Jason sounds like another tyrant to Leon. It's come up a few different times that Jason is just going to be like another tyrant. Again, I feel like the supernatural element and just also Jason's like choice of weaponry is going to make it a little bit different. Sarah Forgas with the super chat says, so Uber Jason's nanobots work kind of like Blacklight from Prototype, slowly growing resistant to whatever is hitting him. He got hit with incinerator rounds and they slowly got less and less effective. So if we are bringing in Uber Jason, Jason X, then he's just going to be able to like evolve past what Leon can throw at him.
Yeah, certainly, Uber Jason, that's not a fight. If we actually did Uber Jason, that's Leon's got no shot. We're just doing Jason though. He's just a zombie one that can sort of
Jason was able to overpower and like
he can sort of
Uber
scale. I don't think like fully to like the highest stuff because Uber Jason's supposed to be stronger, but he should still like downscale. So it's like he's still comparing to it, which is still stronger than.
Doesn't he beat Uber Jason in a comic?
They fight toe to toe and it comes really close, but ultimately he loses. Uber Jason manages to come out on top.
Okay, I couldn't remember how that.
We're talking about the supernatural stuff, which makes I want to talk about some of the weirder supernatural oddities of Jason Voorhees, like from the other deeper crevices of this franchise, because there's some weird stuff. It was there's a book called The Jason Strain, which it reveals that Jason's blood is a contagious virus that if anyone is like exposed to his blood will become a dumb zombie. A dumb zombie that can die by decapitation. What were you going to say? Come on, you were excited.
That's the plot of Resident Evil 4. He got infected with Las Plagas and is able to resist it and can resist zombie bites.
He was being affected by it. It was effective. And this is a faster acting virus than that.
He's still able to do those feats as he's being affected by it. Wouldn't count in a single fight.
He's going to start losing himself. He's going to start going a little crazy.
He's going to start choking Ada.
and once all that intelligence is gone, he is just another dumb victim for Jason to take out. Like, it makes you dumb.
As dumb as Jason?
Jason's clever. Jason's a clever little guy.
Clever little guy.
He's a clever big guy. I should rephrase. He's a clever big guy.
Tell me about the hellworm.
Yes, the hellworm. And Jason goes to hell when they're finally able to actually blast him apart. They're like, this is it. We defeated Jason. The whole government got together to do it. No, they did not. His heart was still beating and alive, and it supernaturally hypnotizes a man to eat it. Like the guy, he was a fine doctor. He was not the kind of guy who would just normally, I'm going to go eat a heart. It was the supernatural temptation. And then he eats the heart. That guy becomes possessed by Jason. And then Jason goes on a big body hopping adventure. And every time he leaves their body, that person is melted. They just completely melt. So if Leon was able to like miraculously destroy Jason, that is not the end of the story. Hellworm baby heart is going to hypnotize him to eat it. And then once Jason's had his fun, he'll leave Leon, and Leon will be goop.
I
wanted to talk about the hellworm because Leon has the biosensor scope from Resident Evil 4, which is able to scan opponents that have specific like parasites in them, which is how he fights those like big lumbering like Las Plagas guys in the labs on the island. He's able to actually see them and shoot them out specifically. And I just want to say, I want you to tell me that you see this vision. They're fighting. Leon sees the hellworm within Jason, blasts him with a rocket launcher. The hellworm pops out, is all like stunned, and then what happens? What the fuck is Jason supposed to do when the big flashing X appears on screen and Leon jumps up with the knife and starts
yeah, it just fucks him up. Yeah.
X. And
What's
fucks up
weird about the
hellworm.
hellworm is like when he's initially blown up, there is no hellworm. It's just his heart, and then eventually when it just like sort of manifests at a certain point, like fuck it, let's just do the hellworm.
You would see the heart. It wouldn't matter.
But even then, like even if you destroy his heart and you destroy his brain, that is not enough. Jason's regeneration is specifically stated to be an extension of his like willpower. It's like straight it was
in like I get that.
It runs through his entire body no matter what. Even his heart and brain destroyed. It is if it's his body will regenerate. It will
I thought like no matter what, like a curse. The curse is like, as long as the curse is still there, he will regenerate at the lake, kind of thing. Like no matter what. But also like for the point of a death battle, like you're still killing Jason to that extent.
Well, he gets back.
He was still down. Like at the end of these movies, he's still put down for long enough that the movie can like end.
Usually they like chain him to the bottom of the lake is how they do it. Like once he's a zombie, they don't get to like just destroy him anymore. It's about okay, get some chains, keep him at the bottom of the lake for the next sequel, and we'll deal with it. And then the one time they decided to just not really explain it was in Jason Takes Manhattan, where he gets stuck in the sewers of Manhattan and is melted away into a baby by the chemicals. And in the next movie, he's just fine. They don't even bother to explain it that time. Like he got melted into a baby. He's all right. He's fine.
Couple people in chat are mentioning how the hellworm is supernatural and that there was like a magic knife that could kill it or something.
Yes, only
is there any specific like I guess prerequisite with the hellworm where Leon wouldn't be able to find it, detect it, actually damage it or anything like that?
I mean, yeah, just the nature of it. It's not just there. It's sort of like manifested while he was doing his ritual stuff because it was originally just his heart, and it started this whole bullshit movie, and then the hellworm sort of manifests. So it's not going to immediately be present. It's not going to be something Leon can predict is going to happen, and it's just going to blindside him really, like because he's just going to blow him up. Like I did it, and also some of his blood will get on Leon, and that'll be the whole Jason strain thing. But he'll think he's won, and then he'll feel compelled. That heart looks tasty. I would like to take a bite out of that thing right there, and then that's all she wrote. That's it.
Leon's able to resist the like mind controlling influences of Las Plagas. Not forever, but he is able to resist it. I think long enough to like counter that for like a single
Las
fight.
Plagas, if it's so weak that it can't do it immediately, I think Jason's got the superior mind control.
Michael says my biggest thing is that in Freddy vs. Jason, he was set on fire and it just made him mad. That's Jason to a T. Morton mentions Liam, tell him about the infinite ammo rocket.
Yeah,
you know what that is?
You want to talk about fucking arcane bullshit weapons? Leon gets an infinite rocket launcher. Bum 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 bum. Yeah, what are you gonna do? I mean, if you gave him the infinite rocket launcher special, then he would be literally like, it would be Leon versus the one above all from Marvel. That might be a fair fight at that point.
I think that's like a little bit far.
Then the rocket launcher is special, and what makes it special is that it's red, and that means it kills anything.
The red one,
and he has infinite of them. Yeah,
everybody knows Jason is scared of the color red.
Yeah, he loves the color red. It's his favorite.
I also saw a lot of people mentioning the satellite laser, which fair, but that's a Chris Redfield. In RE5, that's how they kill Wesker, if I'm remembering this correctly. They get a weapon that
stand right
is
there
like
for a while.
a target, And then satellite laser. I mean, that's how.
It's either
Yeah.
it's the lady that turns into a giant monster, or whatever they shoot with it. I think.
Yeah. But I don't think
I don't
Leon. I
remember
mean, I don't
specifically,
think.
but
Yeah, I don't think Leon ever. Like Chris and Shiva. Shiva's and that's 5. Chris and Shiva use it. I don't know if Leon ever touches the satellite laser thing.
Nah, it probably doesn't have access to that.
He does have a portable laser. He has the PRL 412, which can disintegrate things. Again, gonna be like sawing through Jason.
Just a portable disintegration laser.
It's a portable disintegration laser. Yeah.
Okay. So there's a lot going on here, clearly. And I'm seeing, people coming in with super chats and whatnot. So if we miss a super chat or two, apologies. We still appreciate all the support through super chats, really do. We're trying to read each one, but also I don't necessarily want this to turn into like just we were gonna read super chats and not actually talk about the matchup, right? Or have our 2 representatives talk about the matchup. So now might be a good time to real quick take a break just to let some super chats come in, and just cover our sponsor for today's episode, which is us.
Yay.
Hey, just real quick, just gonna remind you guys, we do have a brand new shirt, actually 2 new shirts, on deathbattle.gg. That's our website. That's kind of like our private Patreon /blog /video archive /store. If you can, if you are interested in getting any Death Battle merch, you can find it at deathbattle.gg. And we just re-released, for the first time ever, the very first Death Battle shirt we ever made. Some of you might be familiar with a little video that's on the channel called Death Battle versus the World, which was just an advertisement we made for our very first t-shirt, like 13 years ago or whatever it was. We remade the shirt and have re-released it on deathbattle.gg with a much better material, because it's been over a decade. There's like a retro version as well if you want to get that one and you're a member on the website, so go check that out. There's also stuff going on other channels. We are pushing or really getting into posting content on new channels. You may have seen Death Battle 0 float around for a while now. We're actually starting that up. It's basically like kind of a clips channel. If you have any friends or family who you think would be interested in Death Battle, but don't want to sit through like a whole 20-minute long episode or something like that, just show them Death Battle 0, because it's mainly just going to be like short clips from the
Death
show.
Battle for casuals.
Yeah, I mean, the whole point of it is to introduce people to the show. And then on a completely different track, we have our new gaming channel, The Nightly Brew. That's tabletop gaming, where we are playing all sorts of card games, board games, tabletop games. We just released this is like a brand new channel. There's only like 5 or so videos on it. We just released a new video of all of us getting together on our brand new set and playing Coup. Which was crazy. We just got the set put together and we're still kind of working on it.
We've literally filmed that video on it. That's all so far.
Yep, that one video, and we did like a live stream on it. That was basically it. And then I am currently finishing editing the final part of our Tomb of Horrors trilogy, which is where I ran some of these guys through one of the original D&D, like one of the classic D&D dungeons. And oh my god, this next episode is crazy because these guys spent over 3 hours on one room. And it's very funny.
Yeah, you can see we all.
So that's coming up for you soon as well.
And Vamulator with the 10 gifts, Michael O'Donnell with the 5. Thank you so much. We do, and I mean, it helps the show go on. So thank you very much. Oh, and Gilded saying that they bought the T-shirt, the purple and turquoise one. Yeah, I think Chad did a good job with that like double colorway thing. I like it a lot.
Yeah. So that video will be releasing pretty soon. So yeah, that's the Nightly Brew. All right, let's start wrapping things up, and we can get to the vote in just a little bit. So if there's any like big feats or like weapons or whatever that you guys haven't covered for Leon and Jason, like let's make sure we get to those. So like Max, is there any like really big thing that Jason has that we haven't talked about or that you like really want to emphasize or something like that?
Let's see. I guess there's a couple of other abilities, like just in the video game, he can always tell where you are with his senses. Like Leon's not gonna be able to hide from him. He can make himself completely silent and like he doesn't make a sound when he moves. So there's not a lot preventing him from getting that stealth kill in if it needs to happen. And I remember about the Jason Strain and the Hell Baby. So there's not a lot of ground I haven't covered. So I think I'm just ready to counter anything Liam says.
Okay, then Liam, anything
No.
more that you want to bring up?
No, I mean, I didn't mention the first aid spray, which can fully heal Leon, but that's not a big deal. Obviously,
One of them herbs
standard Resident Evil
does
arsenal.
take away the zombie infections too, which is saying a
Yeah,
lot for a
AP
plant.
Carnage with the super chat mentioned the blue herb will probably counter Jason's blood. Is that
Yeah.
true?
Jason
It could
Strain.
do that.
Yeah, I mean,
What is it?
does
Does it just work on
cure you,
a
yeah.
normal zombie virus?
yeah, on the
But
original
you're able
like
to
T
get affected
virus.
again,
Yeah.
right? You gotta do it like over and over, right? Or is it just like you do it once and the rest of the game you can no
No,
longer
yeah,
get
you do
infected?
have to do it again, but
So anytime it gets blood on him, he's just gonna have to keep using it.
yeah,
until
but
he's
at the
out.
end, like the blood's not going to instantly make him that, right? So
No, it takes a little bit of time, but it's still
Yeah.
over the
Sam's
course
like
of the
more
fight.
invested in this than I am, which is like
Yeah,
I
what
just think
is
it's
this?
Leon is
I
like a
know we gotta
fucking
buy his
hyper
party here.
badass.
Well, wait,
I agree.
doesn't this come back to the whole like supernatural question, which is like the blue herb, helps Leon against like the viruses that he's dealing with. But if Jason is like a supernatural being who is magically inducing zombification on people, like would the blue herb actually counter that? I don't.
I will at least say the Jason strain specifically is a virus, but the other possession options are pretty magical. In which case, those will not work.
Yeah.
Wait, how is Jason's strength a virus?
The Jason strain. It's called the Jason strain.
Of
That
the like
that's just like
zombie
in that
virus.
book. It's a virus.
Yeah.
So
Oh,
it could
okay.
conceivably, but
Okay,
blood
so it's
system-
treated as like a genetic virus in the
yeah.
book.
But the other
Got it,
stuff like
okay.
the Hell Baby, that's magic. That
I
is
wanted to
Okay.
add also that there is at least one lightspeed feat in Resident Evil. If we're gonna get a little kooky with it, there's a boss that you fight in Dead Survivor 2 called Morpheus that can dodge like light beams, and you can like keep up with them in a fight. And he's like a kind of a regular T virus or one of the strains of the virus kind of opponent. So Leon would scale to that. Yeah, I think overall my argument would just be that like Leon is, I think, uncontroversially much faster and more agile. I don't think that Jason's really going to be able to keep up with him. The rocket launcher is shown consistently to be able to take down opponents that are as tough as Jason, as big as Jason, or significantly larger than Jason, right? They're able to disintegrate opponents like that. The PRL 412 laser gun would be able to disintegrate Jason. The chemical thrower incendiary rounds would be able to, upon like constant like application, would slow down Jason's regeneration. The chemical thrower specifically halts regenerative healing factors. He could locate the hellworm with the biosensor and QTE it. I just wanted to put that out there because I thought it was funny. But I think that like, yeah, at the end of the day, like Jason has a lot of stuff, but none of it is super game changing in terms of like the main sort of question, which is that is Jason too tough for Leon? No, demonstrably he's not. His weapons, Leon's weapons, like his regular gun or shotgun or stuff like that, might not do a ton of permanent damage to him. But like, if Jason can have like his whole torso blown apart by a single grenade, then Leon's more powerful arsenal would be able to take him down and maybe not permanently kill him. I don't think Leon has a way to address like the curse or whatever, any sort of magical thing like that, but certainly put him down to end the fight. And I think that's what's relevant here.
Yeah, but what happens when, as chat is currently discussing, Jason uses his Deadite powers to get hair?
Oh my
And goes
God, I
full
hated
Dragon
that.
Ball Z.
Oh, I
Leon
hated
has
that
the
so
best
much.
hair in video.
Oh, that's true.
No,
It's
I
gonna be
don't-
hard for
what do you
him
try to
to
step
one
on
up
that?
Leon's hair.
You can step to the big dog, but you get bit.
No, but I mean, truly, that stuff is all cool, but like, Jason is fighting people way stronger than all of that. Freddy Krueger is the big one, and of course, Ash Williams is fighting like toe-to-toe with people absorbed with the power of the Necronomicon, which creates storms and stuff. Like, he is fighting way stronger beings.
Doesn't
And,
Jason
like,
in the end though lose to Ash?
well, it takes a combination of like Freddy Krueger and Ash and all the other
Okay.
bullshit. In that.
So I did see
was
some
just
people talking
Ash
about
v.
that, like
Jason.
Jason was able to fight Freddy, beat the shit out of Freddy, but he did lose to Ash. But then again, that's Ash Williams we're talking about here. Like,
and he
come
didn't
on.
really lose. Like, in their initial encounter, like Jason just like kind of manhandles him and throws him through a wall and calls it a day. Ash like, oh my god, he got me. Like, he has beaten Ash on like some occasions of like just them fighting. And it is like a consistent thing. Like, you brought up the grenade causing a wound in Jason, but it's like addressed at a certain point that like whenever he gets resurrected, Jason gets a little stronger each time. So that was a previous example. He has gotten only stronger and stronger to the point of him being able to contend with these sorts of high tier beings. And that Jason, the Jason we have now, is just too tough. He is just way too tough.
Carnage with the super chat wondering, is the hellworm considered a parasite? Because if so, the PRL 412 would be able to destroy it. And Alicorn Pictures mentions not exactly a hellworm is too powerful to be considered a parasite.
It's a magical
magic demon worm.
Again, this I think a big question for everybody in this is just how far do you think the supernatural element for Jason goes compared to Leon? Like, is Leon's and especially when it comes to things like the blue herb and things like tracking parasites and things like that and killing parasites, like, do you think, and this would be something that would be like a big question for the actual death battle, right? Are his tools capable of taking down the supernatural, bypassing magic? Yes, a lot of what Ari's monsters are presented as like unexplainable magic or something similar to it early on, but a big thing with Resident Evil is that they eventually do uncover like how things work and then they counter it that way. Whereas that's just not really the case with Friday the 13th. Friday the 13th, like whenever they actually are looking into like how things work, it inevitably turns into rituals and curses and not actually answering any questions, you know? So I do think that does present a very interesting sort of comparison, and one that doesn't really have a clear answer right here. And it's just gonna be up to everybody watching, like how they interpret that and how they vote for it. So I'm actually gonna get the poll going in just a little bit, but before I do, let's get our final arguments. Liam, final argument for Leon.
Oh, I mean that was basically my final argument.
Yeah.
I basically went over those things. The rocket launcher can take him down. Yeah, he's fought powerful beings like Freddy, but there are really powerful beings that can do similar feats in Resident Evil, like Evelyn, who can create earthquakes, Birkin, and Nemesis, which can create like a giant storm and stuff like that just by punching. So there's lots of comparable. The big whale thing that's like 45 tons of TNT. Very similar stuff to that. So rocket launcher would be able to take him down. Chemical thrower would be able to inhibit his regeneration. Incendiary ions further inhibit it. Locating the hellworm with the biosensor. And giving it cancer with the PRL 412. That's kind of what it does. Is it like kills it out like a tumor? And he's also just much faster and more agile to be able to avoid anything that Jason could do.
Okay.
And Max, final argument for Jason.
Jason Voorhees is just ungodly more powerful than Leon here. Yeah, you can scale Leon to some of the stuff like that that's over on your team's the storm creation, but the people that Jason fights are just a lot stronger. Freddy's storm was a lot bigger than the one you're talking about. He's consistently able to fight off, like you mentioned chemical warfare. Jason was flushed away by all kinds of chemicals in the sewers of New York, comes out fine. Jason is just completely unkillable, has the stealth to like completely make himself unseen, and Leon wouldn't even know what was coming. And there's not a lot preventing him from just taking his head, ramming it into a tree, and making a smiley face.
Wait, we have UX in chat calling you out, Liam, saying the Nemesis versus Birkin's feat is specifically from the manhwa, which isn't canon, and it was only a building tiered tornado. So what do you have to say to that?
What about all the shit that he's bringing up?
Yeah.
Canon's out the window. the Resident Evil canon.
You said Jason in like, in New York gets blasted by by a bunch
Yeah,
of
chemical
chemicals. It
warfare.
is fine.
Eternal
But he's
baby.
not. It melts him away and he turns into a little baby. Like, he's not
The
fine.
next movie, he's fine.
Yeah, but the
He
next
got
movie
better.
the next
fine
movie is like a
after.
dozen years later. It's like
It's not. It's like I don't
Okay,
know
but
when the
it's
next movie happened, but
it's
not
not
a.
It's not 5
hours
minutes
later, that's for sure.
Yeah. Chemical warfare is just not a permanent solution, is what I'm getting at. And it seems like your
No,
regeneration
my-
negation takes a bit of time, and
My
Jason could easily kill
No,
him before
you
that.
can do it in a boss fight. They happen within boss fights.
But like, it's still like you've got to like depower the regeneration, and in that time, Jason still has plenty of opportunities to get out.
Yeah.
By hitting them with fucking rocket launchers. Yeah.
Yeah, my thing isn't that I don't think Leon can like solve the curse and permanently eliminate Jason, but I am fucking positive Leon can blow Jason up at least once. And like for our intents and purposes, I think that's where we're calling it a day, It's like
I haven't seen Selena chat once today, and then I just see from them poll in chat. So here you go. Fine, here's the poll. You can have it.
vote away.
Here it is. Go ahead and vote.
Trust your
all right, get
bleeding
your
heart.
votes in. We'll take a couple minutes to let you guys get your votes in. In the meantime, Sam, it really feels like you're on Leon's side, but it feels like you're a little biased here.
Yeah,
to
I mean,
be
maybe.
frank.
I just don't like the Friday the 13th movies very much.
Really?
like,
Okay.
Anytime Leon's doing anything, it is against pretty unsurmountable odds. And like Jason, although yeah, sure, he fights like military guys and stuff. Most of the time, that's not the case at all. Like if just an angsty teen tried to even slow Leon down, they would not be slowed down. That would not happen. Like whereas they do at least slow Jason down consistently and all the time. And I just think it's like, I don't know.
Isn't Ashley basically the equivalent of an angsty teen? And she slows him down throughout the entire game.
Yeah, because he's fucking saving her ass.
Yeah, a little different.
I want Ashley to come back. I want Ashley to come back, and I don't think it's gonna happen, but if it did happen, it would happen in this next game.
I'm kind of surprised Nine, the protagonist, because the protagonist kind of looks like it's a young blonde lady, right? Kind of has Ashley vibes. I'm kind of surprised, or maybe we'll see if they go, hey, actually, which also I will say I think Leon is. I'm sure they're building to some plot point where all the people in the initial Raccoon City thing kind of are superhumans, because Resident Evil 6 takes place in like the 20 teens, and I know there's an anime after that, and they all have dates attached to them. And Leon is not. Like, I mean, the Raccoon City thing happens in the 90s, and Leon still looks amazing. He's just not aging at all. Like, if you look at those events and you're like, this man's 20-something years older, no.
There was somebody mentioned in chat like very early on that there's a fan theory that all of the main characters have been exposed to the T virus and other viruses to like some degree that gives them like a bunch of benefits from it, but not the like negatives. And that's, I mean, frankly, because they're just kind of around this stuff all the time, I wouldn't be surprised. It's very much the Batman problem, right? Like you can't tell me Batman hasn't been exposed to some sort of like superhuman enhancing radiation at this point, right? That makes him superhumanly strong.
Gets fucking bit by a spider and he gets all this shit. Like Batman has to just kind of whiff.
Something's happened to these guys by this point. they've been around this shit for long enough. All right, so it is
it's way
the poll
tighter
is
than
extremely close.
I get the Jason thing, but I just feel like he gets blown up so easy by some super rockets that Leon's got on lock. He has
that briefcase.
Yeah.
Spatial manipulation, let me tell you.
Yeah.
I don't know how you fit that many fish.
But Ben, where's your vote? Where are you leaning?
Where am I leaning? I mean, again, it comes down to me to like how the supernatural thing actually is implemented. At the moment, I feel like Leon probably has everything he needs to counter that supernatural element that Jason's going to be bringing to this. But I do wonder if we actually did a full death battle on this, would we find, like, if we actually analyzed all that, I'm not sure I would necessarily still have the same opinion by the end of it.
Yeah.
But yeah, at the moment I'm kind of leaning Leon, but it's a big question. It's a big what if.
I do think there's lines. Like, I do think the parasite detector would see the hellworm. I don't think the traditional sense of giving something supernatural like cancer in the way that it works on Las Plagas would work. But I do think like it would see the hellworm. Like, I think that's fair.
It's so funny.
Well, all right, we will wrap up the poll in 3, 2, 1, and with 53% of the vote.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, guys. YouTube is recommending that now it's a good time for me to insert ads. Hang on.
I just saw that same pop up. I was like, come on, YouTube.
It popped up right as I ended the poll. No. With 53% of the vote, Leon wins. That was a very funny moment for it to try to be like, you should really put an ad in here.
Literally when you're about to say the climatic thing. Yeah.
Yeah. That was really close. Wow. Yeah. I wasn't really sure how that vote would come, would figure in the end. That was really close.
It's a pretty close match, so it makes sense. Like, I think,
yeah, I mean, I do really like the idea of the, like, a lot of death battles are very much go by the idea of, like, these two characters are very similar, right? They have similar powers or they have similar stories. So let's see who is the strongest between the two. But, like, I also really like death battles where it's like, this character is really good at this certain thing or surviving this sort of thing. What happens when you pit them up against the ultimate version of that sort of thing, or something that embodies that sort of thing, right? Like the ultimate what if scenario for them. And I'm curious if there's any other, like, of those types of matchups that you all watching are interested in. Let us know in the comments below. I don't know if they're necessarily asymmetrical death battles or what you would call them. But I think it's just a really interesting idea overall. And Reese says in the super chat, Leon falls into the same category as Kiryu, Dante, Snake, etc., that are just absolutely outrageous characters, don't follow the laws of reality, and the laws of reality follow them. Wow. High praise for Leon. I mean, that's just like reality breaking, right? Turns out we can't avoid reality breaking characters. Leon breaks reality.
He has 2 protagonists, man. They're on some other shit.
All right. On that note, thank you all for joining us for another Death Battle cast. Thanks to Liam and Max for repping their characters. Stick around. If you keep watching, you will be automatically moved to our Champions cast that we do right after Death Battle cast, as long as you are a member of the channel. It's our members exclusive sort of post show where we talk about whatever. That's a great way to sell it, right? Like, we're going to talk about, I don't fucking know.
Whatever you want.
Probably, are we going to buy RE9?
Oh yeah, actually, I'm curious about that. Yeah. All right, so stick around. We will see you guys there, or we might see you in Ballot Banter tomorrow. We are doing a live Ballot Banter at 1 p.m. Central, right here on the Death Battle channel. We do that every Wednesday. All right, thank you all so much for joining us.
Bye.
See you next time.
See you guys.